now for a special KBRF Radio Sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
And good evening, everyone. We're live from Sartell High School, where tonight we have Otter Girls basketball for you right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. And you can also watch on the KBRF YouTube channel and streaming on the Fergus Now app. It's the Fergus Falls Otters at the Sartell Sabres. Jason Retzloff, happy to be with you here tonight for the Central Lakes Conference matchup. Also, both teams in Section 8-3A. And should be a fun matchup here tonight, and we're fortunate to get this one in. A lot of games postponed throughout the area, but the Otters and the Sabres able to fit this one in on a very cold evening. But everyone made it here safely and in good shape, and we're ready to go to tip off here in just a little bit. These two teams played previously. It was the Otters' second game of the season. And that was a 55-46 win for Fergus Falls. A little bit of a lower scoring affair, as the Otters won the boards in that one 42-32. Fergus Falls only shot 32%, but they did a great job getting to the free throw line. They were 20 for 25, an 80% clip in that game. And as they've done a lot of times throughout the year, the defense has been outstanding for Fergus Falls, and in that one shot 32%, but still able to come up with a 9-point win. In that first matchup, Hattie Fullhart had a double-double with 15 points and 11 rebounds. Carly Hurst almost had one, 15 points and 8 rebounds. And Ruby Ellison had 11 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals. That one was on December 2nd, the second game of the year for the Otters. Well, I was able to catch up with Josh Steer, head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters, before the game. We recorded an interview. So we're going to take a break here as our pregame show continues. And when we come back, we'll have that interview with Coach Steer. It's Otter Girls basketball for you here tonight on KBRF, and we'll be back with the interview with Josh Steer in just a moment.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota. right, we're back here on the pregame show and joined by Josh Steer, head coach of the Fergus Falls Otter girls basketball team, on the road tonight in a CLC matchup against Sartell. And Josh, we're getting the game in today. I know there's maybe some doubts in one of the few games on the schedule, but hey, get out of the cold and come ready to compete.
Yeah, the bus ride is a little bit chilly, but not bad, and it's good to get it in because, we've had so many rescheduled games already this year that dates are going to be harder and harder to find as we get closer to the end of the season here. So I'm really happy to get on the bus and get down here safely and get this game in and get home safely tonight.
It's been a week of a lot of travel at Wilmer on Tuesday, and that was a real good win on the road in the CLC, 62-58.
Yeah, that was a big conference and section win for us. Sartell's in our section now this year too, so this is a big conference section game as well. And anytime you're on the road against a well-coached Sartell program, expect it to be a dogfight.
And the game against Wilmer sounded like a pretty good battle as well too. Looking at the report on Craig's website, really shot the three well, 11 for 28 from three, 39%. Take that all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. We're shooting that as a team for the game on that one. That was awesome. Ruby really stepped up and knocked down a few clutch ones, and so did Carly Hurst. But that was a really big win for us. And we were up 12 points, I think, a couple of times later in the second half, and we kind of you learn how to play with the lead a little bit because you tighten up, and we tightened up a little bit in Wilmer. I think we're up 12 or 11 with about 4 minutes to go, and then they cut it to 2 at one point under the 4-minute mark. So in that time frame, we got to find ways to keep scoring and keep attacking, even with the lead.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. So you see that at all levels where you got to lead, and you want to be aggressive, but you want to be smart, and there's kind of that happy medium to try to figure out.
Yeah, and you got shot clocks, so it's kind of like, all right, are we going to take a shot with 20 seconds left in the shot clock, or do we want to work some offense and get it down under 10 and burn a little bit of clock too? But probably not with 4 minutes left, but probably with about a couple minutes left, then you start to think about how many possessions you want to give them, and sometimes eating it for 35 seconds isn't a terrible idea.
Well, to shoot the three the way you did, you must have moved the ball pretty well.
We did. They went zone from a lot of the game, and we moved the ball into out, and we've been really stressing that in practice. The old saying, into out, there is no doubt. Anytime the ball goes into the paint and comes back out, get the defense to collapse down and get an open look for a shooter on the outside, and Ruby kind of got loose on him a couple of times and made him pay for it.
Well, Sartell's the matchup tonight. You talked about it a little bit. Well, what are some of the keys against a Sartell team that's been real competitive this year?
They really have, and they don't have a whole lot of wins to show for it, but they've been right there with a lot of teams, and we're going to have to take care of the basketball tonight. They're a team that thrives on chaos and turnovers. We have to find their shooters in the half court and make sure we're contesting from the outside while keeping girls in front of us too. Defensively, I think we got to do a better job of winning our one-on-ones tonight, keeping the ball in front of us. And if we do those things, take care of the basketball, and really focus on the defensive side, I think we're going to be okay.
Looking forward to it. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks, Rets.
Josh, your head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters. We'll take a break. Back with more after this.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And welcome back here to Sartell for Otter Girls basketball right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF, and it's been an excellent season for the Otter Girls to date. They're 11-4 on the season. They're 5-2 in Central Lakes Conference play. And in Section 8-3A, this is also a Section 8-3A matchup tonight. The Otters haven't lost in Section 8-3A yet in those games. They've been 5-0, and they're coming off a very nice road win. Mentioned in the interview with Coach Sear that a lot of travel this week for the Otter Girls, going to Wilmer and now to Sartell, but they went and got a very nice win at Wilmer. 62-58 was the final. Otters led 27-23 at half, just kind of a close game all the way through, and able to come up with a real nice road win. They did get up by 12, and Wilmer was able to cut it back down, but made some plays down the stretch to be able to close it out. The Otters, they actually shot threes better than they did from the field for the game. They shot 38% from the field for the game, but they shot 39% from three, and did a good job attacking the Wilmer zone. Made 11 of 28 threes, and they also, as they've done a real nice job of all season long, they've done a very good job on the boards as they won the boards 38-30. And a big night. Ruby Ellison had a big night for Fergus Falls. She had 26 points in the game. Carly Hurst, 18 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And Hattie Fullhart, she seems to always be around a double-double. In fact, she averages nearly a double-double. She averages 9 rebounds a game. She had 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists in that win against Wilmer on Tuesday night. And I'm looking at my Minnesota Score Feed app, and Wilmer, they're on the verge of knocking off Alexandria. It's close, under a minute left. I have Wilmer leading Alexandria tonight, 66-64. So that would be quite a win for Wilmer in the battle of the two Cardinal teams there. But we'll keep an eye on that and see if it goes final 67-64 now as the score updated. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Interesting one to follow. Sartell, they're 5-9 on the year, 3-3 in Central Lakes Conference play. And like Coach Sear said, it's a team that certainly is capable and maybe should have a few more wins than what their record is based on their talent level. They most recently played at home on Tuesday against Sartell. Tuesday, Sartell played Rogers at home. That was a 68-60 loss, and Kennedy Lewis was their leading scorer. She's a 5'5 sophomore, and the top scorer for Sartell. She had 20 points in that loss. And as we mentioned before, the Otters did play Sartell in the second game of the season. That was back on December 2nd. And Fergus Falls won at home in a competitive matchup. 55-46 was the final. Otters have shot 37% from the field on the year, on their way to averaging 59.3 points per game, giving up 49.8. Sartell on average scoring 54.7, and they've given up 49 points on average. So a couple good defensive teams, with both teams on average giving up less than 50 points per game. Talking to Josh Steer as well, too, we talked about that Sartell, they like to produce some chaos. They'll press and try to get up and down. The Otters are going to try to press, so we could have a fun up and down style of game here coming up for us. And Katie Martin, coach of Sartell, she talked about keys in the game for the Sabres against the Otters. Take care of the ball, handle the pressure, and rebound will all be keys, as the Otters have been very good defensively, very good rebounding throughout the year. Well, they're about to play the national anthem, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups after this.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota, Minnesota.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
All right, we're back here at Sartell High School, where it's Otter girls basketball tonight. It's time to introduce our starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center of Fergus Falls. First for the Fergus Falls Otters, 5'8" junior guard, 4 points per game, number 3, Reese Keel. And alternating order for Sartell, 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Kennedy Lewis. For the Otters, 5'11" junior, 12.7 rebounds per game, number 4, Carly Hurst. And a 5'10" junior, number 15, Kaya Schumann. For the Fergus Falls Otters at guard, a 5'8" sophomore, 6 points per game, number 11, Presley Warren. For Sartell, 5'11" junior, number 23, Lauren Morse. For Fergus Falls, a guard forward, 5'11" senior, 16 points, 3 assists per game, number 14, Ruby Ellison. For the Sabres, 5'7" senior, number 32, Gabby Schumann. And for the Otters, 5'9" senior forward, number 30, 12 points, 9 rebounds per game, number 30, Hattie Fullhart. And for the Sabres, a 5'9" senior, number 34, Marnie Kuzman. The Otters are coached by Josh Steer, assisted by Jess Price, Nick Keel, Matt Lemke. And the Sabres are coached by Katie Martin. Otters 11-4 on the year, 5-2 in CLC play. And Sartell 5-9 on the year, 3-3 in CLC play. That's tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Well, the score feed that I was talking about with Alexandria and Wilmer girls basketball, I know it's switched. It's 95% accurate, but you have fans that submit the scores to have them updated. And the score got flipped around. Alexandria ends up beating Wilmer 68-64. So a good competitive game between Wilmer and Alexandria in girls basketball. It had Wilmer up a moment ago, 67-64, but maybe the Cardinals got mixed up. Possible I got mixed up as well too. But anyway, the final posted there: Alexandria 68 and Wilmer 64 in CLC girls basketball. All right, ready to go. Otters in white uniforms with maroon and gold letters and numbers, and the Sabres in black uniform with white numbers and blue letters. It's Ruby Ellison in the center circle, along with Lauren Morse. Otters control the tip, and we are underway with Reese Keel having the basketball over to Ellison. Ruby, right-hand drive, skips it all the way across. Here's Warren, top of the key, Keel. Near side, Fullhart. Hattie, three-pointer, off the heel, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Morse for Sartell. And left side it goes. Letting the three go right away is Kuzman. That's off the heel, long, high rebound, knocked around. Ball underneath, picked up by Morse. She gathers, goes up off the glass, no good. And it's Fullhart with the rebound for Fergus Falls. And here come the Otters with Ruby Ellison. And Hurst swings it over at Reese Keel. And good pressure defense here from Sartell on the drive, going up. Offensive foul called on the Otters. Presley Warren is called for the charge. So that'll be the first turnover of the game. Presley will pick up the first foul of the game. And the Otters going to bring with the full court pressure here. Man-to-man full court pressure. And there comes the run and jump. Now a chance to steal, couldn't quite get there. And the ball goes left side. Three-pointer by Kaya Schumann is no good. And Reese Keel able to get the rebound for the Otters. Up it goes to Ruby Ellison. Great game Ruby had on Tuesday at Wilmer with 26 points to lead all scorers. Fullhart over on the left wing. It's Warren, top of the key, Keel. And now Carly Hurst. Couple dribbles, dribble to the right hand. Low bounce pass to Ellison. Ruby picks it up. Now she'll shoot the three. It's in the air. It's good. What a great shooting season Ruby's had. She's 39% on threes coming into this game, and now probably ticking up to 40. Ball tipped by Fullhart in the backcourt, but it's picked up again by Kennedy Lewis. And now the Sabres are into the front court. Lob pass across the way. Here's Kuzman on the drive, hands off to Morse. Now it's over to Lewis, who will bring it back up top. Half-court man-to-man defense for Fergus Falls. Otters lead at 3-0 on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Marnie Kuzman over to Schumann. Couple Schumans on the floor. Now the ball jarred loose underneath. Morse comes up with it, and the ball went up through the bottom of the hoop, came back down. That cannot count. And, yep, it will be going to the Otters. As the ball was shot by Morse under the hoop, went up, it went through the net and through the other side of the hoop, off the glass, and came back down in, and can't do that. And the Otters will get it. I haven't seen that happen too much in my life. We're going to call it a turnover. I suppose you could call it a missed field goal, actually. But anyway, the Otters do turn it over on the other end. Yeah, we're going to call it a missed field goal, actually, and a rebound for the Otters. On the drive, there's a running jumper, curling around, bouncing a few times, and in. It goes to Marnie Kuzman. And the Sabres are on the board. It's 3-2. And now there's going to be a foul on the far side on Sartell, their first foul of the game. 15:34 to play, first half. Otters up by 1, 3-2. And Lauren Morris picks up the first Sabre foul in this one. And Ellison will throw it in far side. First substitution of the game. Kate Thompson is in for Sartell. As coming out is Gabby Schumann. Looks like she's a little shook up holding her hand there, so hopefully she'll be okay. Otters with the ball. Here's Presley Warren. Right-hand drive, steps through, gathers, goes up, and puts it in. Good athletic move by Warren. Presley with the bucket. Otters back up by 3 at 5-2. And here is Kennedy Lewis handing the basketball. Lead pass goes up to Thompson. Straight up, straight on for 3, misses everything. Short left was Kaya Schumann, goes out of bounds, and the Otters will get it. And substitution for Sartell. Tess Hovda is into the game. As the Otters with the ball. Warren into the front court, brings it over now to Keel. Reese hands it off to Ellison, left-hand dribble. Now to Warren. Gets a screen for Fullhart, doesn't use it, swings it over to Reese Keel. And now in the middle, goes to Ellison, little fadeaway shot. That was a tough shot. And Ruby knocks it down. Flash, good weak side flash coming from the opposite side. And a good pass by Keel. Otters up by 5, 7-2. Skip pass, goes across to Thompson. Guarded by Ellison, trying to take the baseline, dribbles under the hoop. Brings it back out. Kuzman shoots the 3 on the wing, off the right side of the rim, no good. And Ruby Ellison with the Fergus Falls rebound. And she comes into the front court. Swings it over to Fullhart. Hattie on the drive, couple dribbles left. Stops, pops off the glass, it's good. Nice move there by Hattie to get to the hoop. Help did not arrive in nearly enough time, and the Otters open up a 7-point lead here, 9-2, almost 4 minutes into the game. Over towards the baseline, it's Kuzman on the drive, loses it out of bounds. Otters are going to get it. There's going to be a timeout here as Coach Katie Martin is going to call a timeout for Sartell. We'll keep it right here, but we'll use a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Really good start for the Otters, up 9-2, and really putting the pressure on Sartell, getting a couple good looks. Ruby Ellison, really a nice tough shot. Flashing across the lane, little fadeaway jumper. Good drive by Presley Warren, finishing off the glass, and Hattie Fullhart with a good pull-up jumper. And the Otters just force a turnover. And looking to keep building on that lead. Otters come with some substitutions as our Lake Region Healthcare timeout comes to a close.
The pregame banner's up.
Thanks to Ivan Hurst. We're getting used to this live stream business here, and I try to keep track of it as we go along, but get that pregame banner on there. So I appreciate Ivan coming over, and whoever told him about it, we appreciate letting you know if you're watching on the KBRF YouTube channel. Otters have the ball, 9-2. 13:45 to play first half. Ruby Ellison on to the baseline. Hands it back off. It goes to Elizabeth Clinard, who just checked in. Here's Hurst in the lane, and Carly is fouled on the drive, as it was Elizabeth Clinard checking into the game on the most recent dead ball. Grace Black also was in, as Fullhart and Keel came to the bench. And Black inbounds, comes into Carly Hurst. Carly fakes left, a little fade away from about 12 feet off the heel, no good. Good offensive rebound. Clinard misses it. Hurst swoops into the lane, and it gets the rebound and puts it back up and in. Beautiful play there by Hurst, just flying in on the offensive board and puts it back up for 2. And it's a 9-point Otter lead at 11-2. It's an 8-0 run with 13:10 to play in the first half. Across it goes, and it's Kuzman, near side corner. Letting the three go is Lewis, and she can shoot it, and she hits the three, the lefty. And that ends the Otter run at 8. And it's 11-5. Fergus falls by 6. Kennedy Lewis, she had 20 points on Tuesday in their Sabres home loss to Rogers. And here is Black. Near side comes to Ellison. Hurst. There's Clinard curling into the lane, too strong off the glass, and it is Lewis with the rebound for the Sabres. Left-hand drive going up, maybe partially blocked on the way up, and goes out of bounds off of Fergus Falls, and it will stay with Sartell. Fullhart and Keel are back in. Hurst and Ellison come out. Sabres also come with some substitutions as well. Sydney Freeler is in. And Gabby Schumann checks back in as well. Otters almost get the steal on the inbounds, but Sartell with it. Lewis, she'll shoot the three again. That's off the heel, no good. Long rebound, good tip by the Sabres to keep it alive. The shot is no good on the inside, and Fullhart tries to save it. Well, she didn't have to save it. It went out of bounds first, and it will go to, the official. I don't think Hattie would have tried to save it if it was going to be off of Sartell, and the official just made the wrong signal. It will go to Sartell. And Kennedy Lewis inbounds. It comes into Sydney Freeler. Now left side back to Lewis. Three-pointers up. That's off the heel, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Grace Black. And here is Black handling the ball. Freshman guard. Right-hand dribble. Now in the lane. Good pass underneath going up. Drawing the foul is Clinard, and Elizabeth Clinard to the line. Nice pass there by Black. And I got a nice courtside seat here. It's really close to the action, which is great. But every once in a while, I'll be blocked out by the officials. That time I was blocked out a little bit, so might have to bear with us here every once in a while on some of the play-by-play. But Clinard to the line, and Elizabeth free throws in the air. That's off the front of the rim, no good. 5'11" junior who averages 3 points per game. Does a nice job on the boards for the Otters. 12:05 to play. First half, Otters up 11-5. Second one in the air, and that is in and out, no good. Fullhart, the offensive rebound, gathers, goes up, and Hattie Fullhart puts it back up and in. 4 for Fullhart. Otters back up by 8, 13-5. And into the front court, it's Gabby Schumann. In the middle goes to Kuzman. Couple dribbles right, out it goes. Here's Thompson, three-pointer, and swishes it through. Kate Thompson with the three. Couple threes for the Sabres here in the early going. 13-8, Otters by 5. Now double team in the backcourt. Here's Keel looking for somewhere to go. Swings it across into the front court. Clinard tracks it down. And now the Otters will reset. Over goes Black. Grace lets the three go. That's off the rim. And Keel hustles down the rebound. Kicks it up. Here's Warren on the drive. Goes up. Draws the foul. Presley Warren to the free throw line to shoot 2. Good job by Keel to track that rebound down. Got the Otters another possession and gets Presley Warren to the line. So Warren will shoot 2. 5'8" sophomore. Free throws up. Free throws good. 3 for Warren. Presley averaging 6 points. Couple of assists per game. As Bryn Darling is in for Sartell. And second one for Warren is good. So Presley with 4. And it's 15-8, Otters by 7 here in the first half. On the inside, it goes to Kuzman. Turnaround jumper, too strong off the glass. Another rebound for Fullhart. Foul in the backcourt. Trying to go get the ball is going to go to the Sabres. And that'll be the 4th team foul. as Ellison and Hurst will come back in. Marnie Kuzman picks up her second. Actually, it's a 15 foul, so 5 team fouls already on Sartell, only 1 on the Otters. And the Sabres will come with some full court pressure as the ball comes into Reese Keel. And Keel into the front court, gets it up the floor to Ellison. Ruby lets the 3 go off the front of the rim. Fullhart battles for the board. It's out of bounds off of Fullhart, and Sartell will get the ball. Well, Running Stitch is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitch's Embroidery. We'll have Otter Boys basketball tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back in Fergus Falls. We'll have it right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. The Otters host Bemidji. And Matt Johnson's team coming off a great win at home against the Moorhead Spuds on Tuesday. And really, they've won 3 out of 4. Some real good momentum, playing some good basketball. Sartell with it. It's Darling kicks it out. Otters up by 7 here in the first half. And now it's Schumann inside. Little turnaround jumper in the lane is good by Lauren Morse. Lauren Morse first basket. Otters trying to double team a bit, and Morse able to get free, banks it in. 15-10, 5-point lead for Fergus Falls. Top of the key, Fullhart. It's man-to-man defense. Curl into the lane. Now Ellison's going to bring it back out. And Ruby right-hand dribble across to Keel. Back to Ellison near the right corner. Dribbles back out. Now we got 9 on the shot clock. Here's Hurst. Carly right-hand dribble. Fullhart, free throw line area, skips across. Ellison open for 3, count it. Well, good patience by the Otters there, and good patience by Hattie Fullhart, and she found the shooter, and Ruby's got 8 points in the game, and the Otters are up by 8 points at 18-10. Pass underneath, that goes wide of Morse and out of bounds. Turnover for Sartell. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. Interesting with the amount of pressure that both teams like to put out. I had the Sabres, unless I've missed any, I don't think so. Second turnover of the game. Now Black has it stolen. There's the announcer's curse. The Otters turn it over. Now it's knocked away, but there's going to be a reach-in foul on Fergus Falls. And it will be on Grace Black. Grace first foul, team second. Top scorer Kennedy Lewis back into the game for Sartell as Kate Thompson comes out. 18-10, Otters by 8. And inbounding is Gabby Schumann. Inside they get it to Morse. Couldn't get it to go. Ball tipped away from Hurst. Darling comes up with it. Over in the corner. 3-pointer open, and it's good. So there's a second chance opportunity for Sartell as Gabby Schumann knocks down the 3. Her first field goal of the game. Back to a 5-point Otter lead at 18-13. Hurst double team. Now it's Keel. Skips it across. Black open 3-pointer off the heel. Long rebound, and it's tracked down in the far corner by Kaya Schumann for Sartell. Here comes Lewison now in the backcourt. Oh, now we got another. Yeah, Gabby Schumann coming out, and I think she had the same issue earlier. I believe it was Schumann with her hand, so the official stopping play to get a substitution. So she's out getting her hand checked out by the trainer. Sartell with the ball. Come up near the midcourt circle. It's Freeler into the game. Underneath it goes to Darling. Back out Freeler. 2 dribbles left. Comes out to Schumann. This is Kaya Schumann on the drive. Goes up. Blocked by Keel. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Sartell. 8:47 first half. Otters up 18-13. And it comes in. They bring it up top. It's Schumann. Kaya Schumann underneath. Ball knocked away, and it's stolen by Presley Warren. It gets it over to Ruby Ellison, and the Otters force a turnover. Ellison quickly up to Fullhart. Hattie backing her way in. Kicks it across to Hurst. He's in the far corner in front of the Sartell bench. Top of the key now, Fullhart, near side Keel. Man-to-man Sabre defense. Warren to Ellison. Left-hand drive, Ellison all the way, unevaded to the hoop. Left-hand layup, good. Ruby's in double figures with 10, picking up where she left off on Tuesday, scoring the basketball where she had 26 at Wilmer. 20-13, Otters by 7. And it's Lewis, left-hand dribble. Near side, Kaya Schumann to the basket, goes up. Help didn't get there quite in time, and the layup is good for Schumann. Back to a 5-point lead at 20-15, and the Sabres, they have 6 field goals by 6 different people, so spreading it out a little bit. As Fullhart over to Keel. Reese wants a 3. off the front of the rim. Box out, good box out there by Lewis, and the rebound is gathered by Lauren Morse. Here comes Lewis for the Sabres. Over on the far wing onto the baseline, it's Darling. Back out, tipped away by Ellison, but Morse tracks it down. Now the flash to the middle, and there's going to be a foul on Fullhart. Just a split second late to try to get in there on the steal. Gets called for the foul. So Hattie Fullhart, her first, team third. And Otters substitution as a Keel comes out. We'll get you caught up with the lineup here in a moment. Sartell inbounds. And Hovda's back in for Sartell. She took the inbounds. And now, right-hand dribble. It is Sydney Freeler. Also into the game is Addison Nagengast. And with the ball, it's Schumann. Right-hand drive under the hoop. Finds Lewis. 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer in the air over the basket. No good. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Oh, there's going to be a jump ball. Nope. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And good job defensively by the Otters. Get the ball back, leading by 5, and they're going to face some full court pressure. Comes in and goes to Ruby Ellison. Carly Hurst back to Ruby. And over to Fullhart. Hattie working her way into the lane across to Black. Right-hand dribble, curls in the lane, 12-footer off the glass. Grace Black banks it home. Good hard drive to the middle. First basket for Grace. Otters by 7 on the other end. Three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good by Freeler. And Warren tracks down the Fergus Falls rebound. And here they come up the right side, Black. Now left-hand drive in the lane. Jump stop, back out Warren. Straight on. Three-pointer, good. So Black got to the middle of the lane on the previous possession. Got the basket. This time she drove and dished, got the assist. And a big three for Presley Warren. And the Otters have their first double-digit lead of the game, 25-15 on our Park Region scoreboard. We're going to take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, and we'll be back with more Otter girls basketball right after this.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Oakstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Oakstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Back here at Sartell, Lake Region Healthcare timeout. And nice little mini run here by the Otters. They've been kind of leading from by 5 to 7 throughout, and now they've kicked it up to 10. There's a bucket by Grace Black, and then a nice drive by Grace out to Presley Warren. Stepped into a 3. Presley was 7 in the game, and it's 25-15. Otters by 10. 6.5 minutes to play first half. Otters right now with Hurst, Warren, Clinert, Black, and Ellison in the lineup, as it's Kennedy Lewis into the front court for the Sabres. Far side Thompson, little pick and roll action. Rolling to the hoop is Kuzman. Back out it goes. Right hand drive Thompson, able to find Freeler in the lane. Jumper by Lewis, didn't get it to go. Ellison with a rebound for Fergus Falls. Here's Ruby up the far side. It goes to Black. Now Hurst. Otters swing it around the floor from side to side. Ellison. Right hand dribble, pressured hard by Lewis. Now retreats a bit over to Hurst. Carly wants 3. Carly gets in on the action with a 3. And she's got 5 4-3s in the first half here for Fergus Falls. Otters were 11 for 28 from 3 against Wilmer and shot the 3. 39% from 3 is some good shooting. We'll take that all day, and it got them the win on the road. Now the ball deflected, almost turned over. Sartell with it. And Freeler. It goes to Hovda. Now on the baseline, jumper by Kuzman over the basket, no good. And Clinert with a rebound for the Otters. Here comes Elizabeth into the front court. Over to Warren. Underneath to Hurst. One dribble in the lane. Jumper for Hurst, a little strong. And it's Hovda with a rebound for Sartell. Right at the 5-minute mark to play. Otters up by 13 at 28-15. Skip pass goes to Freeler, far corner. It's Lewis. Otters doing a good job defensively holding Lewis down so far. Now a tough off-balance shot. High off the glass is good. That was a shot with a high level of difficulty. Thompson able to get it to go. She's got 5. First Sabre with more than one field goal. Warren wants another 3 in the corner. Off the front of the rim, goes high in the air, and it comes down into the hands of Havda and Sartell. Now on the drive on the far baseline, they kick it out. Here's Lewis, left-hand dribble, curling in the lane. Tough off-balance shot, no good. She goes to the floor. No call, and the Otters get it. Another rebound for Clinert. Up the floor, Black in the corner. Warren, here's Clinert. One dribble, comes near side, and Carly into the lane, dumps it off, nice pass, layup is good for Clinter. Good action, good recognition by Hurst. Little pick and roll type of action anyway. And Elizabeth Clinter, her first points of the game. And they give Carly Hurst the assist, and the Otters are back up by 13 at 32-17. And Josh Steer is going to use his first timeout of the game, just a 30-second timeout. Reminder, we'll have our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report coming up in just a little bit. Minnesota Motor located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. And Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. A good first half for the Otters in the upcoming week. And I'll get to follow the Otter girls here a bit. On Monday, they'll be at home in another CLC matchup against Sauk Rapids Rice. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:15 tip-off. That'll be over on Channel 977 on Monday. And then Thursday, Otters will host Detroit Lakes. 7 o'clock pregame again, 7:15. That'll be right back here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. So Sartell with the ball and into the front court. We're at 4 minutes to play first half. And near side, handling the ball is Schumann in the lane. Little scoops up a turnaround jumper. Tough shot, no good. And Grace Black with a rebound for the Otters. Here's Grace, picks up her dribble, comes back to Warren. Top of the key, lobs it over to Clinert. Elizabeth left-hand drive, loses it, and it's picked up by Schumann. Third Otter turnover of the game. As it's Gabby Schumann handling the basketball. And Schumann comes up top to Lewis. Over near side, right-hand dribble. It's Thompson, kicks it over to Lewis. Steps back. Now it's Thompson again. Left wing, three-pointer open off the front of the rim, no good for Kuzmin. And Fullhart able to track down the weak side board. Otters did some substituting on that last timeout. Contact there, bodies go down, and no call as Black shot is over the hoop, no good. And the rebound picked up by Thompson and the Sabres. Quickly up the floor, Lewis pull up in the lane off the heel, high up, goes up high in the air and off the rim. And Elizabeth Clinert has her 4th rebound of the game as we're now at the 2:50 mark in the first half. Here's Black. Right-hand dribble and getting things set up. Coach Steer giving some instructions here for the Otters. Handoff goes to Warren. And now the Keel uses the ball screen, turns the corner, goes up, draws the foul. Good job by Keel. Got that ball screen and had some real estate to work in the lane, took it, and drew the foul. And that foul is on Kate Thompson, her second 16 foul on Sartell. And Reese Keel to the free throw line. Shoot 2, free throw's good. First point of the game for Reese. Carly Hurst back in. Clinert comes out. Grace Black also comes out. Otters right now with Ellison and Warren, Keel, Fullhart, and Hurst. Actually now, Savannah Lee will check into the game for the first time as Warren will come out. And second one up for Reese. Off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound underneath. Good job by Fullhart. She came in and tied it up. Yeah, the Sabres wanted a foul there. There was no foul to be had on that one as Morse had the rebound, and I didn't see any contact there on the reach around. And Hattie just got in there, got two hands on the ball, tied it up. Good play. Sabres will keep it, but possession arrow flips over as underneath it goes, going up. Tough off balance shot, no good. And Ellison with the rebound for the Otters. Good lead pass right to Carly Hurst, and the layup is good. Nice pass by Ellison. And not the toughest, not the easiest finish, I should say, by Hurst. And Carly's got 7. Couple of assists for Ellison. Biggest lead of the game for Fergus Falls, 33-17. And there's a turnover as the pass to Lewis is high and goes out of bounds. 5th Sartell turnover. And 2:01 to play. And the Otters are up 33-17 on our Park Region scoreboard. And Reese Keel handles the ball. Comes into the front court. Ball screen used it going right. Comes to Ellison. Near side corner, it's Hattie Fullhart. Left-hand dribble. Now she's in the lane. Finds Ellison. Ruby open three-pointer. Rims out. No good. Good look. Didn't get it to go. Good screen by Hurst to help get her open. And here comes Sartell. Three-pointer right side. That's off the front of the rim. No good. And Carly Hurst with the rebound. That shot was by Gabby Schumann. As Hurst brings it into the front court. Dribbles right. Bounce pass near side. Ellison to the free throw line area. Dumps a pass off to Fullhart. Fullhart stepping in. Goes up off the glass. Too hard. No good. And Schumann with a rebound for Sartell. Quickly up the right side. It's Lewis. We're at 1:10 to play first half. Three-pointer. Kaya Schumann, no good. Long rebound comes to Savannah Lee. And the Otters have it back. Up the floor to Fullhart. Shot fake, left-hand drive. Backing your way into the baseline. Tries to turn the corner. Physical play. A little too deep, missed the shot. And Fullhart gets it back and is bumped down to the ground by Schumann. And Hattie's going to get to the free throw line. Yeah, Hattie worked her way in and tried to go up. Got too deep. The ball went off the bottom of the rim. And she got to the ball first and was bumped to the floor by Schumann. So Fullhart will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Hattie with 4 points. I got her with 5 rebounds here in the first half. Free throw's good. Otters have doubled up the Sabres here now, 34-17 with 54 seconds to play in the first half. And Hattie makes it 2 for 2. 35-17. And the Sabres with the ball. 6 points for Fullhart. And it's Sartell with the ball. Comes over near side to Megan Gast underneath. Good slashing cut. Good offense there. Nice pass by Schumann. It was Schumann to Schumann on the basket. And it's 35-19. Otters by 16. 30 seconds to play first half. 5-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Black over to Ellison. Up top to Hurst. One dribble left. Over to Lee. Right-hand dribble. Hands it back off. Here's Fullhart on the drive. Running 6-footer. In and out. No good. And with the rebound, it's Sartell. Lead pass behind the defense. Moritz, one dribble. Goes up. Shot blocked by Ellison. And Fullhart with the rebound. And here comes Ruby Ellison. Left-hand dribble. 5 seconds to shoot. Fullhart. Fullhart steps in. Shoots the three off the glass. Rims out. No good. And that'll put an end to our first half of play, but a well-played first half by the Otter girls basketball team as they lead it 35-19 on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. And a lot of good things from the Otters in the first half. We're going to have our Minnesota Motor halftime report, and we'll come back. We'll recap the first half, go over some of the stats as well, as the Otters are up by 16, led by as many as 18 in the first half, and they are up 35-19 here at the half. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with our Minnesota Motor halftime report in just a moment. You are listening or watching to Otter girls basketball, streaming live on the KBRF YouTube channel, on the Fergus Now app, and on the radio on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Back here at halftime from Sartell, it's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And the Otter girls, really a nice first half. They lead it by 16, 35 to 19 in this Central Lakes Conference in Section 8-3A matchup. Jason Retzloff with you here tonight. Thanks to Derek Sidian for taking care of all the setup and production of the live stream here tonight, as you can be listening on News Talk 1250 KBRF or watching on the KBRF YouTube channel or the Fergus Now app. And Otters have scored the first points of the game. They have not trailed in this one, and jumped out to a 9-2 lead. In fact, no, it was 11-2 actually. It was a 9-point lead early on, and then Sartell kind of came back. They got a few threes, and the score kind of sat there in that 5 to 8 point margin or 4 to 8 point margin for about 5 minutes or so. Went back and forth a little bit. Then the Otters really got on a nice run, started shooting the ball. They started attacking the basket, got to the free throw line a bit, and hit some shots. They had 4 threes in the first half, and real good spread out scoring, as they had 7 different players score in the first half, and did a nice job offensively getting it going. And as it has been all year, their defense was excellent, only giving up 19 points, holding 5'5" sophomore Kennedy Lewis, who had 20 points on Tuesday against Rogers, holding her, their top scorer, to 3 points. And also, as they've done all year, done a great job on the boards. I got, with my unofficial stats, the Otters up by 7 on the boards at 23-16. So doing a great job defensively, rebounding the basketball. The Otters have only turned it over 3 times, and doing some nice things offensively, swinging the ball. I thought a few of their possessions showed some real good patience, where maybe it was 9 or 10 left on the shot clock. Instead of throwing something up quickly, continued to swing the ball and got good looks. Even had a few good looks that didn't go in that certainly could have. And a real nice half for Fergus Falls, 35-19. The Otters with the lead here on our Park Region scoreboard. So we're going to take a quick break. It's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report, and I'll have my stats all added up when we return and give you a stats update here in the first half. Otters up 35-19. Back with more on our Minnesota Motor halftime report in just a moment.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
And back here on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report, Minnesota Motor located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. And the Otter girls up 35-19 at the half here in Sartell. And let's take a look at the numbers. 7 different Otters have scored here in the first half. They're led by Ruby Ellison, who leads all scores with 10 points in the game. And Carly Hurst and Presley Warren each have 7 points. It's 6 points for Hattie Fullhart, 2 points apiece for Elizabeth Clinert and Grace Black, and 1 point for Reese Keel. On the boards, I have Hattie Fullhart leading Fergus Falls with 6, Elizabeth Clinert with 4, and Ruby Ellison with 3. And leading the Otters in assists, as I try to keep track of those best I can, the rebounds and assists. 2 assists for Ruby Ellison here in the first half. Over on the Sartell side, they have 6 different players that have scored, and they are led by Kate Thompson and Gabby Schumann, who each have 5 points. 3 points for Kennedy Lewis, and 2 points apiece for Kaya Schumann, Lauren Morse, and Marnie Kuzman. On the boards, it's Lauren Morse leading Sartell with 4, and a pair of assists for Marnie Kuzman. Otters have a 23-16 advantage on the boards. Only 3 turnovers for Fergus Falls in the first half, and only 5 for Sartell. Both teams have taken pretty good care of the basketball. Fergus Falls with 13 first-half field goals, 4 of those from three-point land, 2 from Ellison, and 1-3 each for Warren and Hurst. Otters are 5 for 8 from the line. And Sartell, 8 field goals in the first half. They have 3 threes, 1 for Lewis, 1 for Thompson, 1 for Gabby Schumann. Another good sign of good defense from the Otters. They've done all this without fouling much. Sartell has not shot a free throw yet in the first half. They haven't fouled any Sartell players on the shot, so another good point defensively. Otters have not put Sartell to the line in the first half. Otters scored the first points of the game. They have never trailed, and they lead it here at the half 35-19. So we'll take one final timeout. We'll be back with second half action when we return, as this is the Minnesota Motor halftime report on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back here with our Minnesota Motor halftime report. Sorry to our official I was having a conversation with. We're back on the air. We gotta wrap up this halftime report, and it's our Minnesota Motor halftime report coming to a close as we get ready here for the second half. And the Otters will have the basketball, and they do have their original starting lineup on the floor with Keel, Ellison, Hurst, Warren, and Fullhart. And it's Reese Keel with the ball. Over to Hurst, back to Keel. Into the middle, Otters up 35-19, and it's Ellison far corner. Left-hand dribble up, across to Warren. Left-hand drive, stepping through contact. Going to be a blocking foul on Sartell. And it's going to be on Marnie Kuzman, and that is her third. So the first player in some foul trouble here. 3 personal fouls on Kuzman, first foul of the second half. And inbound comes into Fullhart. Hattie working her way in on the baseline. Left-hand pass up top to Keel. Reese left-hand drive, pivots away from the D, back out Ellison. Ruby's got some space, 3-pointers open, it's a little short, and the rebound goes to Lewis for Sartell. Lead pass, trying to get it behind the D. Morse saves it and gets back to Sartell. Kuzman in the corner, near side now. It's Kaya Schumann, guarded closely by Hurst, looking for a teammate. Bounce pass comes to Gabby Schumann. And in the middle, now it's knocked away, and the Otters come up with a steal. That possession had Otter pressure, and kind of you could feel a turnover coming, and indeed it did. 6th turnover of the half for Sartell. And it's man-to-man defense for Sartell as Ellison across in the corner. Full heart, little pick-and-roll action, nothing there. Skips it across. Keel, corner, Ellison, she's got an open 3. That's no good. Long rebound, though, tracked down by Hattie Fullhart. And Warren on the drive. Left hand floater, curls it around, no good. But it's going to be free throws for Presley Warren. And the Otters' advantage at the free throw line continues. They had 8 free throws. They converted on 5 of 8 free throws in the first half. And Sartell has yet to shoot a free throw in this game as Lauren Morse picks up her second team foul. And free throw by Presley Warren is good. 8 for Presley. She's now 3 for 3 from the line. And second one is in the air. That rims around and in. Perfect 4 for 4 from the line for Warren. She's got 9. And Otters match their biggest lead of the game of 18 at 37-19. Into the front court now. It's Kaya Schumann. Switching out on her is Warren. Otters bring the pressure man-to-man defense. Over it goes to Lewis. Lewis, ball screen. Ellison switches out on her. Now Kuzman into the post. Hurst anticipates, knocks it down. Carly goes down hard, but gets right back up. 3-pointer right side is no good by Kaya Schumann. Hurst tips it and gets it to Keel. Back to Carly Hurst. That's some good hustle by Hurst. Deflecting it, and now she drives, goes up, and well, she tried to go up. I think it was deflected as she went up, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Otters. So an active last 30 seconds for Carly, but she did a great job deflecting, went hard on the floor. Probably would have shook up most people, popped back up, tipped the ball, got the defensive rebound over to Reese Keel, and now she's going to get a bucket underneath. Goes to the floor again, but Carly makes a good play. Good pass by Keel on the inbound, and Carly Hurst with 9, and the Otters are up by 20. This is a little over 2 minutes into the second half, 39-19, and now a turnover as Sartell throws it away on the far side. Their 7th turnover. And what great momentum Fergus Falls has. They're playing some great basketball tonight. As Clinert will come back in. Yep, and Carly's going to get a well-deserved break here. She went down to the floor about 3 times in about 30 seconds. But she got a hoop out of it, and she's going to get a break here now. The Otters with the ball. Clinert comes back. Ellison now full heart. Shot fake, left-hand drive. Back out to Warren. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Ruby Ellison, left-hand drive, jump stop, fade away, 12-footer, rims around, couple times, bouncing back and forth, and through the net. Ellison with a dozen, and it's 41-19. Otters have more than doubled up the Sabres here on the road. As on the far side, it's Gabby Schumann, right-hand dribble, gets into the lane, kicks out Lewis. Now she's open, and that's good. One of the few mistakes the Otters have made tonight as they lost Lewis there. She's got a pair of threes now for 6 points, 41-22, 19-point lead. Now Keel has it stolen by Lewis, 4th Otter turnover in the game. And with the ball, they go into the middle. The left shoulder turnaround jumper, that's good. And that basket was put in by Morse. She's got 4 points in the game. And now Keel breaking the press, splits the defense. Ellison, Ruby sets open for 3, and she swishes it through. So the Otters get it up quickly. They break the press. Keel gets her 3rd assist of the game, and Ellison now leads all scorers with 15. Lead right back up to 20 at 44-24. Here's Kaya Schumann, right-hand dribble. Hands off to Gabby Schumann. Now she drives in the lane, goes up, floats one up, and now we're going to have the first free throws of the night for Sartell as Gabby Schumann was fouled on the drive. Going to be on Hattie Fullhart. Hattie's second. First team foul in the second half. And Gabby Schumann, who has 5 points in the game, misses the free throw. So Keel will come out. Grace Black is in. Otters with Warren, Clinert, Black, Ellison, and Fullhart. Second one is up. That's off the front of the rim, no good. And Clinert with the rebound for Fergus Falls. So a couple missed free throws. They got to the line for the first time, but still no points from the line. And it's Grace Black. Over it goes to Ellison. Right-hand drive now. Coming to help was Lewis, and that caused Ruby to hesitate. Lost it, and it went out of bounds. Fifth Otter turnover of the game. Carly Hurst is back in. Hattie Fullhart will come out. And the Sabres with the basketball at the 14-minute mark to play in the game. And there's a lob pass over in the corner. Kate Thompson just checked in. Right-hand dribble, curls towards the lane. Over in the corner, three-pointer in the air. That's no good by Kuzman, and a good rebound by Warren. And Presley Warren, right to left dribble, swings it over to Hurst, hands it off to Grace Black. Otters setting up what they want to against the Sabre man-to-man defense. Over it goes to Ellison, near side to Warren. And Presley, right-hand dribble, 12 on the shot clock. Now the pass knocked away, physical play, and it's picked up by the Sabres. So the Otters, a few turnovers here in the last 3-4 possessions. And on the drive, it's Bryn Darling. Over to Kuzman. Black switches on her, backing her way in. Tough fadeaway shot, in and out, no good. And it's Ellison with the Otters rebound. Ruby's fourth rebound of the game. Here comes a double team, and that was a good steal by Lewis. Little run and jump, and left-hand layup is good. Yeah, Lewis kind of snuck over and saw Ruby was about to make a spin move and came from the blind side. And got the steal in the basket. 44-26, 8 for Lewis to lead the Sabres. Ellison, she's going to try to answer that with a three. She nets it through. And Ruby has been feeling it, and she knocks that one down. She's got 18 in the game, and the lead back up 47-26. Timeout here called. And make it a Lake Region Healthcare timeout with 12:41 to play in the game, and the Otters are up 47-26. And Coach Steer calling timeout and maybe settling his team in a little bit, as the Otters only turned it over 3 times in the first half. They do have 4 turnovers here in the first 5 minutes and change of the second half, so probably emphasizing taking care of the basketball. And but really a complete performance here so far tonight. And Ruby Ellison continues to shoot the lights out. She has 4 threes in this game. She had 26 on Tuesday at Wilmer. And currently with 18 points right now. As Sartell has the ball, we're back into action. The Lake Region Healthcare timeout comes to a close. And Lewis goes over to Bryn Darling on left-hand dribble, back out. Now Thompson pulls up at the free throw line, over to Darling, to the baseline. Picks up her dribble, bounces back out to Lewis, uses a screen. Now driving on the baseline, pass underneath, knocked away, and coming to help. Hurst is there. Oh, they're going to call the foul on the reach-in. So that foul will be on Carly Hurst. First foul on Hurst, second team foul. Otters up by 21, 47-26. Here's Lewis back out, three-pointer. Gabby Schumann is good. Sabres starting to get their offense going a little bit more here. It's 47-29. Otters by 18. Grace Black working against pressure, double team, and a little bit of trouble. Going to be a jump ball. Possession in favor of Sartell, so that'll be the 8th Otter turnover here. Sabres they're known as they bring some subs in. Sydney Freeler. Otters knew that they would look to do some pressuring and do some trapping, create some chaos. And they're having a little more success with that here in the second half. But the Otters still up by 18. They led by 16 at the half. Here is Freeler. Over it goes right in front of us to Bryn Darling. Picks up her dribble. Warren with good pressure. Up it goes to Schumann. Gabby Schumann works her way into the lane, steps through, scoops it up, no good. And it's Warren with a rebound. Here's the baseball pass up the floor. It gets by Freeler to Ellison. Skip pass to Black. Couple dribbles left. Warren, Hurst. Now Carly left open. Three-pointer in the air. Nothing but net. I like that one. That was the one that looked like Carly might keep swinging, but she made a little fake nudge, like she was going to maybe pass it, and then the defender bid on it, and that left her open, and she hit the three. Now a turnover as the Sabres throw it away on the other end. 8th turnover for Sartell. Fullhart is in, and Warren is out. Keel back in. Clinard is out. 50-29. Otters by 21. 11:15 to go in the game. Hurst. Otters break the pressure. Straight on. Ellison open for three. Don't leave her open. She knocks it down. 5 threes in the game for Ellison. And it's 53-29. Biggest lead of the game for Fergus Falls on our Park Region scoreboard. Under 11 minutes to play in the game. Across the pass goes. Good pass underneath, and the layup is good by Tess Havda. Good pass there by Schumann. 53-31. Otters working against the pressure. In the middle goes to Black. Bounce pass goes behind Hattie Fullhart and out of bounds. 9th Otter turnover. Well, Running Stitch is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. And that's Running Stitch's embroidery. 53-31, Otters by 22. 10.5 minutes to play in the game, and it's Havda with it up top. Comes to Darling. And near side, Freeler. Back up top, it's Gabby Schumann. Drives, loses it, gets it back. Now turns, no option, so she shoots it, and she's going to draw the foul. Say that Black official signaling the bump on the head, and that'll put Schumann to the line to shoot 2. Grace gets her second, third team foul. And Schumann, who has 8 points in the game, misses that one. So she struggled at the line. She's 0 for 3 from the line. Those are all the free throws that the Sabres have shot tonight. And second one is up. This one does get the roll. 9 in the game for Schumann. She leads the Sabres now in scoring. It's 53-32. Hurst pass is tipped, but it gets to the front court to Keel. I'm sorry, it was Ellison's pass, and comes back to Ruby. Over to Fullhart. Left-hand dribble. Keel, quick pass in the corner. Black has the three in the air. In and out, no good. And it is Kate Thompson with the Sabre rebound. Quickly up the floor, Freeler. Penetrates free throw line area, back out. Schumann, three-pointer off the front, no good. Ball tipped, going to be a reach-around foul on Darling. Trying to get around Reese Keel. So Bryn Darling, her first, team third. And Isabella Landberg checking in for the first time tonight for Fergus Falls as Carly Hurst will come out. Otters with Keel, Landberg, Ellison, Black, and Fullhart. Black with it in the corner, lets the three go. That's off the heel, and tracking down the rebound is Havda for Sartell. Now Lewis on the drive, goes up left-hand shot, curls it in, draws the foul. Good move there by Kennedy Lewis, who is now in double figures with 10. And that foul will be assessed to Reese Keel. First personal, fourth team. Kennedy Lewis first trip to the line, and the free throw's good. 11 in the game for Lewis. She now leads the Sabres in scoring. First Sabre to get into double figures. Fullhart double team over to Ellison. Grace Black, Otters by 18, 53-35. High post area, Ellison. Now it's a zone here for Sartell as Keel comes up top. Over it goes to Ellison. Working it from side to side. Black in the high post. Now Ellison. Right hand dribble. Pull up 10-footer. Ruby Ellison just a little short, and the weak side board goes to Thompson and the Sabres. It's Freeler now. Back to Thompson. Fullhart goes for the steal. Didn't get it. Schumann in the corner. On the drive, Lewis goes up, and she'll get back to the free throw line. So the Sabres starting to get to the line here now. And that is on Ruby Ellison, first personal, fifth team. Kennedy Lewis, 11 points in the game. Lefty free throw is good. Got a dozen. Warren is back in. Black comes out. And Kaya Schumann is back in for Sartell as Thompson comes out. Second free throw good by Lewis. 13 in the game for Lewis. And it's 53-37. Otters by 16. They led by as many as 24. Lead has been cut down to 16. And it's Keel with it now. Left wing, it's Warren. Left-hand drive, gets by the defender, goes up, draws the foul. Good quick first step. Warren got by Schumann and is rewarded with a trip to the line where she's been perfect tonight at 4 for 4. And Tess Hovda gets her first as a free throw rims out, no good for Warren. Hurst is in. Landberg comes out. 8:39 to play in the game. And Warren misses that one. That's off the heel. And the rebound goes to Kaya Schumann for Sartell in the corner. Now the pass by Lewis deflected out by Fullhart. It'll stay with Sartell. And throwing it in under the hoop will be Marnie Kuzman. Lobs it up top. It comes to Freeler. Pressure brought on by Warren into the corner. Yep, the pressure paid dividends as the pass over and denial by Fullhart made the pass go, bring Lewis out to the far sideline, and she stepped out of bounds. 9th turnover for Sartell. Otters with the ball. 1-3-1 zone trapping defense. They get it up to Fullhart. Now over to Ellison. Corner to Hurst. Keel to Warren. Free throw line area. Fullhart almost had it stripped. Gets it over to Keel. Reese for 3 and rattles it home. Reese Keel with her first field goal. She's got 4. Give Fullhart the assist. 19-point Otter lead, 56-37. And that's 9 threes the Otters have knocked down after they had 11 against Wilmer. Now Fullhart's going to get her third. So Hattie will be the first Otter with 3 fouls tonight. So 3 on Fullhart, 6-team foul. Sydney Freeler will throw it in on the far sideline. And comes in now to Kennedy Lewis. Over to Marnie Kuzman. Warren is on her. Now Kaya Schumann. It's Hovda. Back to Schumann, left-hand dribble, little backdoor cut, good pass, and the basket is good by Kennedy Lewis, who has 15 points now in the game. And timeout here is called. So we'll take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. 56-39, the Otters with the lead. 7:37 left to play in the game. And you're listening to Otter Girls Basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Back here at Sartell, Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Otters 56, Sabres 39. As the Otters try to put this one away here in the next couple minutes. They can have a good couple more minutes here, extend this lead a bit. As it's been a good night of basketball for Fergus Falls as they're facing some full court pressure. And now Fullhart up the left side. Goes over to Carly Hurst. Otters with Keel, Hurst, Ellison, Warren, and Fullhart. That's their original starting lineup on the floor right now. And now Warren in the middle to Ellison. She's on the left elbow. Here's Keel. Reese uses a ball screen to Fullhart. Hattie open three-pointer. Misses off to the left, no good. And Morse with her 5th rebound of the game to lead Sartell. 7:10 to play in the game. And here is Kennedy Lewis. Hands off to Freeler. Over to Morse. Back to Freeler. The right side. Picks up her dribble. Now Lewis. Over to Kuzman. Lets the 3 go. No good. Good inside position by Carly Hurst. And Carly clears it. Comes up to Keel. Into the front court. Over to Ellison. Back to Keel. Otters work it side to side. Everyone touches it. Fullhart shoots the 3. That's no good. Hurst. Nice rebound on the weak side. She brings it back out. She is fouled. And again, Carly goes to the floor. Just continually on the floor. She keeps getting back up for more, and she's what an engine she has for this team, and ready to go again. The Sabres bring in some subs. Thompson in, Gabby Schumann back in as the Otters inbound. It comes to Fullhart, and right-hand dribble comes out to Warren. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Fergus Falls 56, Sartell 39. Fullhart 10 on the shot clock. Warren right-hand dribble over to Ellison. Three-pointer open. That's off the front of the rim, and the long rebound tracked down by Lewis for Sartell. Lewis steps back. Straight on. Three-pointer is good. Lewis has 18, 15 of those in the second half, and the Otters lead is 14. Now the Otters turn it over against the pressure. Here come the Sabres on the drive. Dish layup is good for Kaya Schumann. And it's now a 12-point lead. So the Sabres with a little run here to cut the lead to 12. This is the lowest it's been since the first half. Now the pass dumped underneath. It goes over Fullhart's head. The Otters turn it over. So the pressure getting to the Otters here a little bit, and Josh Steer is going to use a timeout with 5:48 to play. 56-44 is the score. So a little life here from the Sabres. I mentioned here a couple moments ago, Otters need a couple good minutes to put it away. Well, the Sabres have had a couple good minutes, and they are within 12. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Otter girls basketball in just a moment.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
And we're back here in Sartell, and the Sabres are on a run. The Otters led by 24, but a few turnovers, a turnover led to a basket, another turnover, and it's a 12-point lead for Fergus Falls now. Their big lead has been cut in half, 5:48 to play, 56-44. Reminder, we got Otter boys basketball tomorrow right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF against Bemidji. And that's over at Roosevelt, the Otter Field House. That'll be a 1:45 pregame, 2 o'clock tip-off right here on News Talk 1250 KBRF. So the Otters see if they can get a stop here, switch the momentum up here as Sartell with the basketball. Elizabeth Clinard has checked into the game. Grace Black is also in on the drive, a little running shot. That's too strong by Morse, and Clinard with her 6th rebound of the game as it goes to Ellison. Back out. Now Grace Black near the center circle. Over to Hattie Fullhart. In the corner to Ellison. And back out. It's Warren now. Left wing Fullhart. Corner to Ellison. There's a little give and go action. Fullhart goes up, draws the foul. Good action there. A good look, and free throws on the way coming for Hattie Fullhart. And it's going to be on Kate Thompson. Her 3rd, team 6, so both teams with 6 team fouls. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next fouls that come up. Fullhart free throw good. Hattie Fullhart with 7 points in the game. And this one is up. That one's no good. And the rebound is brought in by Lauren Morse, her 6th rebound of the game. Otters up by 13, 57-44, just under 5 minutes to play in the game. Otters man-to-man defense, far side. It's Schumann, Kaya Schumann. Dribbles free throw line area, looks for a teammate, under pressure, now hands it off, going up, tough shot, drawing the foul is Kate Thompson. And free throws on the way. Otters had some pretty good pressure there, but then Thompson able to curl off of Schumann, get the ball, and ends up getting to the free throw line. As Elizabeth Clinard picks up her first personal 17th foul. And Kate Thompson, who's got 5 points in the game, will shoot 2. Free throw is in and out, no good. Carly Hurst back in. Fullhart will come out. Otters now with Hurst, Klinert, Warren, Ellison, and Black on the floor. And second one is up, and that's good. 6 for Thompson. Lead is back to 12. 57-45 as the ball comes into Carly Hurst. Full court pressure from the Sabres. Otters got to get it over. They do get it to Hurst, and now it's Black in the corner, towards the corner. Back out now Carly Hurst. Man-to-man defense, pressure deep for the Sabres, looking to run and jump. They do run and jump, and there is a steal for Lewis. On the drive, goes up, and she draws the foul, and Lewis will shoot 2. 12th turnover of the game for Fergus Falls. So that's been the story that's helped the Sabres get back into this. Otters have they only turned it over 3 times in the first half, but they have 9 here in the second half. And Lewis has really gotten it going in the second half as well. Her free throw is good. So she now has 19 points in the game, and 16 of those in the second half, as the lead is now 11 at 57-46. And this one is up and good. 20 for Lewis. Matches what she had on Tuesday against Rogers. And it's 57-47. It comes into Carly Hurst. And here is Hurst. The Sabres thought Carly initiated some contact there. No call. And Otters have it. Here's Warren. Cross it goes to Ellison. Into the post, Klinert. Left shoulder turn. Shot is no good. And battle for the board. And it's going to be should be a travel? Well, they're going to call a foul on Klinert. So Klinert will pick up the foul. And that's going to be free throws as the Sabres continue to try to chip away at this Otter lead. And they'll have a chance to get it into single digits for the first time, probably midway through the first half. As the Otters now, Black and Klinert come out. And Keel and Fullhart are back in. Otters with their original starters now back on the floor. Gabby Schumann free throw. That's no good. And Fullhart with the rebound. So big opportunity missed there for the Sabres. We're at the 4-minute mark to play. It's Reese Keel handling the basketball right to left on the dribble. Comes over to Warren. Ball screen right. Jump stop. Comes back out to Hurst. And Carly over to Warren. On the drive, skips it across Ellison. Quick pass, Keel, open three-pointer. Off the glass, no good. Fullhart, the offensive rebound, goes back up, banks it home, draws the foul. That's a big bucket for the Otters. And Hattie Fullhart will go to the line to try to convert the three-point play, as she typically does. She and Carly Hurst. Hattie's trying to close in on a double-double here. I got her with 9 points and 9 rebounds. And the free throw is up. That's no good. And the rebound comes to Kuzman for Sartell. Otters up a dozen, though. 3.5 minutes to play. Hurst knocks it out of bounds, dives for the ball right in front of us, and unable to get there. But it will be Sabre ball. Carly's closing in, I think, on the single game record for most times landing on the floor here tonight. And yeah, she's been all over tonight, defensively rebounding. And the Sabres do have the ball, though, now with 3:20 to go. And they swing it over. It is Lewis. Left-hand dribble. Jump stop. Pivoting away. Curling away from the D. Now it comes back out to Schumann. Steps back. Looking for somewhere to go for on the shot clock. Hurst tips it away, and Hurst gets the steal. Now there's going to be a reach-in foul on Sartell. Well, there's Carly Hurst again. Forcing the turnover, getting the ball, drawing the foul, as it's the 10th Sartell turnover. And the foul is on Schumann. And that's the 8th team foul on Sartell, so Carly Hurst will shoot the 1-and-1. 12 points for Carly in the game, 5 rebounds, a pair of assists. That free throw rims out, though, but the ball goes off the hands of Schumann. Couldn't handle it, and it will stay with the Otters. 3:03 to play, 59-47. And Reese Keel inbounds, coming in. Nice flashing cut by Warren. Keel finds Warren, easy layup for 2. 4 assists for Keel, Warren now in double figures with 11. Otters back up by 14. And there's going to be a timeout here called by Katie Martin. Otters bump it up to a little bit more comfortable margin. They're back up by 14, 2:53 to play. Take a break. You're listening to Otter Girls Basketball on Newstalk 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
All right, coming out of the timeout, back to action. Sartell with the ball. They inbound right underneath the hoop. Shot is missed, though, by Kuzman. Offensive rebound gathered by Thompson, and a little turnaround jumper is good. So Thompson, good offensive rebound and put back. And she's got 8, and the Otters lead is 12 now. 61-49, 2:38 to play in the game. Warren into the pass goes to Keel, tipped from behind, and it went off of Keel's hands and out of bounds. So 13 turnovers. 13 turnovers for Fergus Falls now. So the Sabres, they're known for creating some chaos, and they're doing a good job of it for the Otters in the second half. They're pretty quick, and they are smart where they're trapping, doing a good job here in the second half. Now the Sabres with the ball, handling it near the free throw line area. The 3-step back, Kuzman hard off the glass, no good. And the ball tipped out, and it comes to Keel. And the Otters have possession, up 61-49. And left wing, it's Black. And Grace Black handling the ball. Far side in front of the Otter bench, it's Ellison. Uses the ball screen. Jump stop, comes over to Keel. And Reese Keel, left-hand drive, goes up and finishes Reese Keel right to the hoop for 2. 6 in the game for Keel. And now it's 63-49 on the drive. Kuzman pass deflected by Keel out of bounds. Yeah, and that last dead ball, Carly Hurst had come out. Black had come in. Hurst is back in. 14-point Otter lead, 1:44 to play in the game. Otters looking to get their 12th win of the year, improved to 6-2 in the CLC as it comes into Thompson back in the corner. Kuzman pull up 12-footer. That's short, and it goes out of bounds back to Fergus Falls. Full court pressure here coming from Sartell. And it comes into Fullhart, back to Ellison. Right in front of us here to Warren. Right-hand dribble, Warren. Here comes a double team. Goes away from the D. Now Carly Hurst. Left-hand dribble. She's going to bring it back out. As the Otters would be happy to milk some clock away here. And now Keel. They try to jump her on the double team over to Fullhart. Ellison. Left-hand drive. Gathers, goes up. Contact, no call. And the rebound goes to Lewis for Sartell. She's going to penetrate right to the hoop and tapped out by Hurst. It'll stay with Sartell, but only 1 minute and 6 seconds to play in the game. Otters up by 14. That's 63-49. Here comes Lewis, working her way in on the baseline, pass across, and it was tipped out of bounds by Fergus Falls. And Sartell will throw it in, a box end out for the Sabres. And they'll throw it in with Gabby Schumann. And Schumann looking, comes in. It goes to Freeler. Has it knocked away, gets it back up top. We're under a minute to play. And the Sabres with it, little pick and roll action underneath. There's the block shot by Ellison and the rebound for Keel. And Keel picks up her dribble. Back to Hurst over the timeline. And the Otters just going to try to milk this clock away. As we're at 38 seconds to go. Keel takes the handoff. Back to Hurst. All her passes tipped, almost stolen. Knocked out of bounds into the scorers table by Kuzman. 31 seconds to play. 15 on the shot clock. Otters will throw it in with Ruby Ellison far side. And comes into Keel. And Reese over to Ellison, dishes underneath the Hurts, and she goes down on the floor again. And I hope she gets up. I'm smiling just at the tenacity that she plays with, but it is a constant beating she has taken tonight, and she's keeled over a little bit, but ready to go to shoot some free throws. And Hurst, who has 12 points in the game, will shoot. No, it's going to be the 1-1 actually. Carly's 0 for 1 from the line. She's got 12 points, pair of threes in the game. And the free throw's up. That's off the heel, no good. Rebound, though, goes to Warren. And the Otters can bring it out and almost milk the whole game away if they choose. Skip pass to Keel. Over it goes to Hurst. And Carly handling the ball. Right to left. They're coming with a double team. Over it goes to Fullhart. Fullhart left-hand drive. Skips it to Ellison. Ruby, three-pointers open. No good. And the weak side board goes to Thompson. And she'll launch the long shot. And that will be the end of the game as the buzzer sounds. And a nice road win tonight on a cold evening for the Fergus Falls Otters girls basketball team. 63-49. They win it on our Park Region service beyond the connection scoreboard. The Otters improved to 12-4 on the season. 6-2 in Central Lakes Conference play. And in all the games that they played against Section 8 3A opponents, they're undefeated. 6-0 against Section 8 3A opponents. And they sweep the Sabres this season. They beat Sartell on December 2nd, 55-46. And they win tonight in Sartell, 63-49. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll have our post-game report, have some of the stats from this one. A lot of times we'll go over the local scoreboard, but not a whole lot going on here tonight. We'll see if we have any scores that pop up. But Otter girls, really good road performance tonight. Get their 12th win of the year, 63-49, the final score. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with our post-game report in just a moment.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
And welcome back to our post-game report. As the Fergus Falls Otter girls, they win it tonight, 63-49. Good road win at Sartell. And Otters never trailed in this game. They jumped out, got the first basket of the game, and opened up an 11-2 lead, a 9-point lead early on. Sartell kind of got their footing, hit a couple threes, and the lead hovered in that 4 to 8 point range for a lot of the mid part of the first half, and then it was a great run in the last 6-7 minutes of the first half for the Otter girls as they defended. They defend. Not only did they defend well, they defended smart. They didn't put Sartell to the free throw line at all in the first half. They held top scorer Kennedy Lewis to only 3 points. She got it going in the second half, but only 3 points in the first half. And Otters handled the pressure well in the first half. 3 turnovers only at that point, and knocked down shots. It was just a great first half performance. They led by as many as 18 and went to the locker room up 35-19 at the half. Then in the second half, Otters started turning the ball over a little bit more. The Sabres got a little bit more aggressive and took a few more risks with their pressure, but still Fergus Falls knocked down shots. Ruby Ellison got hot in early to middle part of the second half. She had 3 threes in the second half, 5 in the game, and Fergus Falls opened up a 53-29 lead. Looked like it was going to be a cruise into the victory. And then Sartell, later in the game, they slowly kind of chipped away, and then with about 7 minutes to go, they were able to cut it from 14 all the way down to about 10, and that was probably about 5 minutes to go. They had it at 10. They had a chance to get it to single digits, didn't, and then the Otters called timeout, kind of gathered themselves a little bit, took better care of the ball as they did turn the ball over 10 times in the second half for a total of 13 turnovers, but gathered themselves, and got some looks attacking the basket, and then enough defense again, and they held another opponent to under 50 points and able to get it done tonight. The lead never got into single digits, even if it got a little bit closer down the stretch, and the Otters win at 63-49, the final score tonight on our Park Region scoreboard. Let's go over some of my unofficial stats from this one, as Fergus Falls, 7 players scored tonight, and they had 3 players in double figures. 21 for Ruby Ellison as she continues a great scoring week. She had 26 at Wilmer on Tuesday, 21 tonight, including 5 threes. Big stretch that really got the Otters, bumped that lead up to as many as 24 in the second half. So 21 for Ruby Ellison. It was 12 points in the game for Carly Hurst, 11 for Presley Warren, and 9 points for Hattie Fullhart, 6 for Reese Keel, and 2 points apiece for Elizabeth Clinert and Grace Black. On the boards for the Otters, Hattie Fullhart leading the way with the numbers I have with 9. Elizabeth Clinert always comes in and does a nice job on the boards for the Otters. She was second on the team in rebounds with 6 rebounds in the game. I also had Reese Keel and Carly Hurst with 5 boards tonight and 4 rebounds for Presley Warren. And with the assists, it was Reese Keel I had leading Fergus Falls with 4. A couple of assists each for Carly Hurst and Ruby Ellison, Grace Black, and Hattie Fullhart to round out the assist totals for Fergus Falls. For Sartell, they only had 1 player in double figures. It was Kennedy Lewis. She had a great second half. She had 17 of her 20 in the second half, got a couple threes. She got to the free throw line, made all 5 of her free throws, and 20 points to lead Sartell in this one. It was 9 points for Gabby Schumann, 8 points for Kate Thompson, 4 points apiece for Kaya Schumann and Lauren Morse, and 2 points apiece for Tess Hovda and Marnie Kuzman. On the glass for Sartell, 6 rebounds apiece for Lauren Morse and Kate Thompson. And on the assists, it was Gabby Schumann leading Sartell with 4 assists. Another big win for the Otters on the boards. I had them out rebounding Sartell tonight, 40-29. Sartell turned the ball over 10 times. Otters with 13 turnovers. 23 total field goals for Fergus Falls, and 9 of those were from beyond the arc. 5 of those for Ruby Ellison, and it was 2 threes for Carly Hurst, and then Presley Warren and Reese Keel each had a 3 in the game. Otters did struggle from the free throw line. They were 8 for 17 from the line. Sartell, 18 total field goals. They had 6 threes in the game, and 3 of those were to Kennedy Lewis, and then 2 for Gabby Schumann and 1 for Kate Thompson. And the Sabres were 7 for 12 from the line. All those makes and attempts came in the second half. Fergus Falls never trailed on their way to the 63-49 victory. It's our post-game show. We're going to take one quick final break. When we come back, we'll name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Otters get win number 12 on the year, 63-49 over Sartell. One final break. Back with our Quality Player in just a moment.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Back here on a post-game report, and Otter girls win it over Sartell on the road 63-49, and it's time to name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. For screen printing and embroidery on custom apparel with the best in personal service around, contact Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027. That's 998-4027. I think a lot of nights Ruby Elson would get the Quality Player of the Game. She had a great game, was the leading scorer, was the scoring force for Fergus Falls tonight, as she had 21 points, couple of assists, 4 rebounds in the game, and some other good performances all around. But tonight, I think we got to give it to Carly Hurst, as she was kind of a force of nature with her engine tonight. In fact, the Otters with Carly and Hattie Fullhart, they're kind of the like the engine, you'd say, that runs, that get the Otters going and get the energy going. And goodness, Carly Hurst brought the energy tonight. The stats don't quite maybe put it in perspective as what she brought to the team tonight. She did have a good statistical night. She had 12 points, had a couple of threes, a big three, had a couple of really tough shots as well in the lane, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. But there's a chance she might have broke the record for amount of times that on the floor. I mean, she was diving all over the place, and she had one stretch that in the early, I think it was the early part of the second half, that kind of epitomized the night, where she went hard to the floor, I think, a couple times or 3 times in a little stretch, where she tipped it away, got knocked to the floor, and probably should have been shook up, popped back up, tipped it away. In fact, the rebound came, and she tipped it up to Reese Keel. That allowed the Otters to get the ball, and then after it went out of bounds, she cut down through the lane, got the ball, got the and one while she was knocked to the floor for another time, and got the and one. And she was everywhere and did a great job defensively, brought the energy, brought the toughness. Carly Hurst, the 5'11 junior for the Otters. She is our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. So after a good week for the Otter girls with wins on the road at Wilmer and at Sartell, next week they get back at home. They'll be at home on Monday night against Sauk Rapids Rice. We'll have coverage of that on Channel 977 FM, 7 o'clock pregame, 7:15 tip. And then Thursday, the Otters are at home against Detroit Lakes. We'll have coverage back here on News Talk 1250 KBRF, and also be live streaming it as well, so you can watch as well. Sartell, they'll be at home on Tuesday against Moorhead. And then programming reminder, tomorrow we'll be back over at the Roosevelt Gym, the Otter Fieldhouse, where the Otter boys basketball, they've been playing some great basketball of late, and we're really looking forward to that one with Bemidji at home. And that's over at the Roosevelt Gym at 1:45 pregame, 2 o'clock tip-off. I'll be over at the Roosevelt Gym right here covering it on News Talk 1250 KBRF. We'll have the live stream going as well. Otter boys, they've won 3 out of 4, and they beat top-ranked, one of the top, I believe that the Spuds were rated in Class 4A, and they just handled Moorhead on Tuesday. And fun to see the Otters play so well. They won 3 out of 4, and should be a good game as they host Bemidji tomorrow afternoon. We'll have coverage of that here on 1250 KBRF. Also, boys hockey tomorrow, Fergus Falls at Crookston, and Mark Johnson will have coverage of that Otter boys hockey game on Channel 977 FM, 3:15 pregame, and the start at 3:30 for Otter hockey. So with that, we're going to call it a night, and everyone stay warm out there as got cold temperatures continuing through the weekend, but games to get through tomorrow here. Looking forward to some Otter basketball, Otter hockey, and it was a great week for the Otter girls basketball team. They cap off the week after beating Wilmer on Tuesday. They beat Sartell tonight on the road. Final score on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard: Fergus Falls 63, Sartell 49. Otters are now 12-4 on the season. So thanks so much to Derek Sidian for all his help with the live stream and the production of the live stream here tonight from Sartell. And this is Jason Retzloff signing off from Sartell High School. We thank you for listening and watching Otter Girls Basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout, the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Fergus Falls Monument, Otters Hill Coaches, Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, American Federal Bank, FM Bank, Service Food, Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming.